health, safety, and welfare in construction. How to handle materials and equipment safely. Welfare facilities in the workplace. All construction sites must have adequate welfare facilities which must meet the minimum requirements of Construction Design Management, CDM. The minimum requirements are: hot and cold running water for washing, with soap and dryers. Drinking water. Toilets. Canteen facilities with chairs, tables, and means of boiling water. Secure lockers and storerooms. Drying rooms. Examples of acceptable facilities. Noise in the workplace. Noise is any sound but especially harsh, loud, or disagreeable. We measure noise in decibels. Our hearing is very sensitive. When sound levels are too high or constant, it will slowly damage our hearing. Loud, constant noise over a period of time will damage our hearing. We can stop or reduce the noise in the workplace by reducing the noise, dampening noise with absorbers, isolating the noise, using sound barriers, insulated rooms. Eliminate the noise. Use different types of materials and tools. Control the noise. Work during quiet hours. Remember, it's your health. Employers should ensure risk assessments are in place and warning signs are visible where protection should be worn. The HSE recommend the following safe guidelines. 80 decibels. Employers should assess the risk to health. 85 decibels. Employees should have hearing protection zones and personal protective equipment should be worn. 87 decibels. Maximum exposure limit, taking into account the reduction provided by PPE. Drugs and alcohol. Excessive drinking and the use of drugs by employees is of serious concern to employers, given the risk of the employee underperforming, and putting their own health and safety, and that of others, at risk. Alcohol-related problems can be detrimental to the individual and the smooth running of the site, and can also result in waste and inefficiency. However, it is well known that such problems can be effectively treated. It is important to know that alcohol or drugs affect sensory perception and reaction times. Construction workers whose work involves driving or the use of hand tools or machinery should be very careful of their intake of alcohol. Driving whilst under the influence of alcohol is a criminal offence. Penalties range from a fine, with or without disqualification, to a term of imprisonment. The current legal limit is 80 mg of alcohol per 100 ml of blood, or 35 mg per 100 ml in the breath. Approximate detection times of commonly used drugs when tested for in urine. Methadone, 1 day to 1 week. Cocaine, 1 to 4 days. Dihydrocodeine, 1 to 2 days. Heroin detected as morphine, 1 to 2 days. Lysergide, LSD, 8 hours. Barbiturates, 2 to 10 days. Alcohol, 6 to 10 hours. Cannabis, 1 day to 5 weeks. Amphetamine, 1 to 2 days. Safe handling of materials and equipment. The Manual Handling Operations Regulations 2002 places the following duties on employers and employees. 1. If possible, avoid employees having to undertake any manual handling operations which pose a potential risk to their health and safety. 2. Carry out assessments to record significant risk. 3. As much as reasonably possible, take steps to remove or reduce the risk of injury. 4. Provide employees with adequate information to carry out manual handling operations. Employees' duties. 1. Employees are responsible for complying with the safe systems of work enforced by their employer. 2. Use the equipment provided by the employer. 3. Report hazards encountered. 4. Make sure that their activities do not endanger others. Manual handling. The definition of manual handling: the transportation or movement of a load, including person, animal, or object, from one place to another by lifting, handling, pushing, pulling, or bodily force. Facts. Lifting and moving loads manually is one of the most common causes of injury at work. 56,000 work-related manual handling injury cases in construction per year. There is no truly safe weight limit for manual handling operations, so try to find alternatives. When you have to manually handle loads, consider tile. Task: how often, how much twisting or bending is needed. Individual capability: male or female, old or young, experienced or inexperienced. Load: how heavy. Good grip? Bulky? Heavier at one end? Environment: hot, cold, uneven floor, windy, stairs? The correct way to lift safely is with kinetic lifting. The correct posture before lifting. The correct techniques when lifting. When lowering a load, you must adopt the correct posture and technique. The most common injury when lifting incorrectly is spinal injury. The use of lifting aids when handling materials and equipment. When possible, manual handling should be avoided by the use of lifting aids. Some common lifting aids are wheelbarrows, trolleys, pump trucks, and sack barrows. You should only use these if you are qualified to use them. Many materials are delivered to the site on lorries equipped with mechanical offloaders. Once offloaded, it is the employer's responsibility to move the materials to a safe place until required for use. The end. Slides provided by City and Guilds.